Hey yo, what up guys, it's me Dark Bamboo here with part 1, 2. What if Naruto had a rinnegan and he was OP? The caged bird. Okay, chapter 1, the bird's liberation. It just never stops. Over a millennia and it just won't end. Why isn't peace attainable? Why must violence and warfare be Q? Be the status Q. Thoughts of a man that floated several feet above the ground in a lotus position. History books would call this man many names for the sage of six paths. To the goddess Shinobi. Uchisuke Hagoromo is his birth name, and he is the founder of Shinobi. The first person to be born with chakra in his body. His legend spread through the world as merely a myth due to its absurdity and grandiose feats. Fighting off the beast of the Jubies, aka Ten Tails, stature before turning it into the moon does seem far-fetched. Oh wait, hold on. Let me just fighting off a beast of the Jubies, aka Ten Tails, stature before turning it into the moon does seem far-fetched, old man. A chuckle escaped Kaguramo's lips before he turned his attention to the deep voice. The voice emanated from the gargantuan fox with 9 tails and an ominous pair of red eyes. Though the fox's appearance was downright scary, the sage had no qualms with being in its presence. Hearing it myself would make me not believe it as well, Kurama-kun. Well, luckily, I was there for it, said Hagoromo, looking at the fox. It was just smiling at him, which garnered a smile from him also. What is with the look? You're here. I knew you were too great to lose to something like old age. But I did die to old age. Your body did. Your spirit is strong, and I could feel your chakra. You're not fooling me, spoke Kurama, getting a wider smile from Hagoromo. The fox's tails were waving excitedly in anticipation. So, when are you going to spring me there, Pops? You've been sitting there going through a monologue in your head for way too long. Oh, I can't spring you, Kurama. I can't spring you, Kurama-kun, because I'm only an apparition, informed the sage, getting Kurama to look shocked. I wish, but you're stuck here for the foreseeable future. A spirit-crushed Kurama hoped upon seeing its creator, and spirit-crushed Kurama hoped upon seeing its creator suddenly appear within the confines of the seal. That was all great. Hagoromo was here. The seal would unlock, and Kurama would be free of being inside one of these lesser beings called humans. Hagoromo wasn't human too, but really he was more alien than what the other flesh bags were, so he didn't count, until he said he couldn't spring the fox. No, what? You can do anything! Shouted Kurama in disbelief, getting a somber look from Hagoromo. He could see the visible disappointment. What other reason could you be here for then? To talk about what's been happening? Huh? Well, I've been stuck inside a human for better part of a century, for the better part of a century, old man. Not the best of times. I know. I really wish I could free you, but even if I could, by but even if I could. But even if I could. Okay. But even if I could by trying, said Hagoromo before turning his head on the other side of the seal. A baby slept peacefully despite the conversation happening currently. Hagoromo smiled at the child as he continued. I'd kill that boy in the process. So his life means more to you than mine. How I feel irrelevant. How I feel is irrelevant because his life still means something to someone. Don't be like that. How else am I supposed to be? All I wanted to be was alone, and then he came and used those cursed eyes on me. Then it was that ginger lady, wife of Flower Boy, rambled Kurama, summarizing his more recent memories. Then she got a baby ginger lady to contain me, which backfired because another scummy Uchiha, possibly the original one, came and mind bleep me again. Then Sunflower guy locked me away, half into the Shinigami, and the other half into a chibi clone version of himself. Continued Kurama before looking at the sage. Let's recap. Mind, bleep, prison, new prison, mind again. Half my body ripped out of and locked away into the Shinigami's tummy before prison once again. Said prison happening to be the most hopeless thing on earth, a human baby. So how am I supposed to be like, old man? Hagoromo watched Kurama huff after its emotive statement and allowed the weight of the fox's words to fully digest. Maybe Kurama had a point. The summary was a pretty bad experience. Entirely not how Hagoromo meant for the beast to live. Alright, I see your point. Maybe there's something I can do for you, said Hagoromo. Nearly a minute after Kurama finished speaking, Kurama opened his mouth, but the sage stopped him. Not kill this child by freeing you. Not kill this child by freeing you. Seriously, no. Fine, agreed Kurama, not pleased that its idea wasn't an option. Take over his body and become the Jinchuriki, then maybe I'll be fine with this cage. I'm not doing that either. Why would I want to redo life all over again? That, said Hagoromo lazily pointing to the baby, was terrible. I'm not doing it again. Besides, if another me wound up in the world, people would. The sage stopped himself before thinking of the possibilities of another him. Kurama watched its creating nod slowly before looking at the baby. What was that legend? What was that legend about the Rinnegan? Those who possess it. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna say possess it. It would bring about world peace or world destruction. Destruction? Yeah, but that's just a legend. Kurama trailed off when it realized where Hagoromo's thoughts were. No, old man. Why not? Why not? What if the child grows up and abuses your power as your descendants did? Your eyes are even stronger than the ones that's bleeped me over all these years. You have a point. The boy could do that, said Hagoromo, walking over to the slumbering child. But that's what you're here for. To make sure it doesn't happen. continued Hagoromo, standing over the baby boy. Plus, he's the reincarnation of Ashura. I can feel it. I wonder what it'd have been like if Ashura inherited the full breath of my powers, not just my body, my eyes as well. No, just no. I decline. I hate humanity. I'll have him destroy the world the first chance I get. You're right. It is a bad idea, said Hagoromo, shaking his head. It could add Bentley. Exactly, you old. So be it. Have him destroy the world then, said Hagoromo, getting Kurama to stare at him with wide eyes. Gigi, Gigi, warned Kurama. Don't try to pull some reverse psychology stuff. I'll have him destroy the world. I'll do it. Oh, I believe you. This isn't a get, Kurama-kun. I respect your fear and understand your concern. But every reincarnation of Ashura has done wondrous things for the world, spoke the sage, with a smile placing a palm on the baby's forehead. I aim to jumpstart such things. Watch over this boy for me, like I know you will. He holds my very essence, Kurama said nothing before feeling the chakra transfer. A white light expanded to cover the boy's entire mindscape. Real world. A crib sat neatly in the corner of the room that housed the same baby Hagoromo and Kurama were looking at. The baby was sleeping soundly even as the door to the room was kicked in. An old man, well into his 50s, stood in the room with his eyes surveying it, like the battle-hardened shinobi he was. Saratobi was the man's name, and he continued looking around the room before realizing nothing was amiss. Everything was as he left it, considering the boy still slept soundly. But Hiruzen knew what he felt, and if the only thing in the room was the baby, it had to come from him. Is the Kyuubi breaking the seal? Questioned Hiruzen to himself, walking over to the baby boy. The gold hair and whisker-scarred cheeks of the baby brought a smile to his face. You wouldn't let the Kyuubi loose, would you, Naruto-kun? Maybe he was going senile. He could have sworn he felt a master chakra spike, and maybe he did, but seeing how everything looked normal, the old shinobi would pass it off as senility. What else could he do? 13 years later, you're not hurt, are you, scaredy cat? Two kunai stabbed deeply into a snake many times bigger than him. Uzumaki Naruto. Okay, if I didn't say Saratobi Hiruzen, I didn't mean Hiruzen Saratobi. I meant Saratobi Hiruzen. If I never said that, okay. Stood in his orange jumpsuit a few feet from his teammate, Uchiha Sasuke. An elite Uchiha. Okay, sorry. And Sasuke remembered those exact same words coming from his mouth to Naruto back during their first real mission. A mission that went AWire and had them locked against two shinobi sent out to kill them. Throughout their battle, Sasuke was needed to save Naruto. Naruto was unprepared for the true dangers of a ninja, and Sasuke made sure to let him know about it. Naruto just happened to return that gesture in magnanimous fashion. Oh, you've grown up. So interesting, spoke their current enemy, a Konoichi from Kusagakure. If you didn't know, Grass Village. Her tongue elongated, but it's actually Orochimaru, so yeah, you know. Her tongue elongated before snatching Naruto up in a uncompressing strong vice grip. The tongue was positioned in a way that showed the boy's belly, which had an intricate designing on it. And there goes the seal. The woman's fingers glowed purple with chakra before she slammed. Oh my God, bro! Like my charger keeps on just coming out, going back in, coming out, coming back in, coming out, going back in. It's annoying, bro. Just stay in all at once, bro. Look, bro! Why is it coming out? My God. Okay, sorry. Glowed purple with chakra before she slammed them directly atop the seal. Naruto's eyes bugged out at the powerful strike as a noiseless shout left him. I'm pretty sure it was an actual shout, and he was like, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it went. 5 markings showed around the seal before Naruto passed out. The woman chuckled before launching Naruto away without care. Naruto! Shouted Naruto's other teammate, Haruno Sakura. She managed to launch a kunai that pinned him to a tree. Sasuke-kun, Naruto might not be the best, but at least he's no coward. No coward. No coward. No coward. Those words from Sakura got the Uchiha to finally snap himself out of it. She was right, and more importantly, Naruto was right. He needed to stop being a punk. Sadly, they would find out later that they were facing Orochimaru of the 3 Sannin. The Sannin being a trio of 3 of Konoha's most legendary shinobi. They were no match at all, but while all this was happening, a certain Biju was... Oh, How do I just... No, how do I just realize this? I'm so confused how I just realized this. No, okay. Look, it says Jubies, okay? Jubies. Now, a certain Biju. So, if you put the Ju right there, and take out the U, the other U, it's legit Jubi. Like, how do I just realize this? No, I'm confused how I just realized this. Like, I'm actually confused. I read this fanfic. I tried recording this video once, but like my phone turned off. But like, I read this already. How did I just realize that without that second U, it legit be Jubi? Like, it's legit Jubi turned around. Like, honestly, bro. Like, I'm just dumbstruck. No, or probably I'm just dumb. Was internally panicking within Jinchuriki. Naruto's mindscape. Kurama was a wreck. The fox sat, shaking its head at its current predicament. Ooh, was that my blood? I don't know. Was that my blood? No, my hand. My leg just went cold. Oh God! I just felt an excruciating pain hit my mind, and then like I heard a popping noise. Oh. Ew. That's dead, right? That's a dead fly. It sneezed the fly out of my nose. But when I heard a where's its head? Oh my God. Got it. Okay. The second seal cut me off from the boy. Normally this would be a problem. Naruto himself wasn't at all impressive a shinobi. Wasn't at all that impressive a shinobi. In any real danger, Naruto relied heavily on the Kurama's power to stay alive and survive the dire circumstances. Like circumstances he found himself in. Kurama stopped all the boys' near deaths, but that wasn't the only thing Kurama stopped. Located just outside the fox's cage was a black and white chakra settled in a yin and yang pattern. Hagoromo's essence, given to Naruto all those years ago, Kurama had kept the powerful chakra away from Naruto. Since that moment, 13 years ago, the Bijou didn't want Naruto to ever garner access to it. However, the seal Orochimaru placed on Naruto cut him off from his Jinchuriki. And now that chakra was finally free to flow. And flow it did. Seems you finally got your wish. What the flip? You stupid flies! God, it's getting annoying! Every 10 seconds there's always one in my goddamn eyes! Sorry, I don't really like them flies that much. Okay, let me continue before my phone just turns off. And I get mad and punch my pillow 16 times and throw it around the room. And probably knock over some stuff that I know I'm not supposed to knock over. Okay. Said Kurama as the chakra slowly filtered into Naruto and melded with the boy's own. If he destroys the world you so wish to protect, it is on you. Kurama watched the chakra begin to work its way into Naruto's chakra pathway. The Bijou could already feel Naruto's body beginning to adapt to it, and the fox didn't care to keep watching the metamorphosis. Kurama would deal with this when the time came. 12 hours later, pain definitely is a distressing feeling, often caused by intense or damaging stimuli. Naruto had felt pain from battles he found himself in, or even... Bro! Like, God! Stop swarming me! I'm not the only person in this house! And there's many other things in this house that you can swarm! Like, God, stop swarming me! God, bro, it's getting annoying! Like, you're so lucky I can't just kill you guys with a single touch. Like, I'd exterminate you all. God damn. You big fat flies just providing more flies, bro. Like, honestly annoying. Now, where was I? Or even during training. Most of those pains were physical, and Naruto's always shrugged those off in a matter of minutes or after a night's rest. Mental pain, such as the migraine he had, was something Naruto was not used to. He couldn't remember having a headache, let alone an ailment of any kind. The pounding in his head and the pulsating pain behind his eyes were extremely painful to the boy, who never experienced such stimuli. Throughout the pain, Naruto's mind was assaulted by images of another life. They were fleeing, but Naruto managed to catch them all despite the speed they were moving through his mind. Some of those images were him looking at a goddess-like woman and calling her mother, watching his mother merge with a tree that then turned into a beast with 10 tails, fighting alongside his brother, sealing the woman into the moon, and the beast itself into himself, sharing his chakra with the world and searching for peace and stability. finding love, having children, approaching death, separating the beast chakra into 9 beings. An entire lifetime showed itself to Naruto in the span of several seconds. Before it ended, when it ended, so did the pain in his head and the pain behind his eyes. Now over Naruto found his other senses and took in his surroundings with his eyes still closed. His sense of hearing was first, as he heard voices that didn't belong to his Genin team. His Genin teammates. Cause like, bro, when he says his Genin team, it sounds like he's the Jonin. Like, bruh, you ain't the Jonin. I mean, yeah, you about to be as strong as a Jonin, probably. I don't necessarily know, cause your chakra control is still trash as heck. Like, you don't even know how to water walk yet. No, but let's be honest. No one in the entire world, except for very strong shinobi, except for your Genin selves, don't know how to water walk yet. I mean, probably Shino, cause like, now that you think about it, Shino was a very overpowered character. He can control bugs that have all 5 chakra natures. He can steal your chakra and all those other things. Like, his bugs are honestly OP, making himself OP, because he has his own chakra infinity too. He just doesn't use it. He just mainly uses his bugs. But still, he is still OP as heck. Having poisonous bugs too, not even needing to use Senbon. And having tiny bugs that can literally go through not anything, but go through things with barely any people noticing that, and would probably only be able to be matched in strength. No, not in strength. Like, bug type ways by food, if you really think about it. Because food didn't have that much time. She didn't really have that much time. Really think about it, like, she didn't have that much time. Really sad. Now that I think about, how did they beat Yagura? This man was in his whole 3-kill state. Like, come on. Not even Make beat Yagura in 3-kill state. Who beat Yagura exactly? Like, was there an episode in Shippuden where they fought Yagura? It's like, please inform me of this episode, because, like, never saw it. Oh, and also, put fanfics that you want to see in the comments, because I know there's comments. Just gotta fix it every once in a while when there's no comments, but I know there is comments, so, yeah. Okay, now, let's go back. Someone should really wake him up. This is embarrassing, said a boy with a bored look on his face and black hair that stuck up in a ponytail. Shikamaru, thought Naruto, recognizing the voice before hearing another. We could kick him. Can I kick him first? Asked a portly boy with reddish brown hair. Ha, that's definitely Choji. Stop it, you idiots. Maybe he has their scroll. We could take it while he's out, said the girl of the trio with platinum blonde hair. You know, opportunistic thought Naruto, feeling the person kneel next to him before reaching a hand toward him. Naruto nabbed her wrist without opening his eyes as Ino's eyes widened, hearing him speak. Stealing our scroll. You could have at least asked first. Huh? Oh, Naruto-kun. Hi, when did you wake up? Questioned Ino nervously. Her hand was held in Naruto's grip. Held in Naruto's grip as she sighed, cranking her seduction up to 11. Ino, what the heck? Bro! Bro, I don't even know where you went. I just slapped him up, bro. Gave him a quick 2-piece combo, bro. Not even lying. Okay. Ino prepared to weasel her way out of this until Naruto's eyes opened. Naruto opened his eyes. Your eyes. Naruto's eyes had been nice to look at. A shade of blue that matched the bluest of ocean water. They were very emotive, and you could feel everything Naruto. You can tell everything Naruto was thinking or feeling if you looked at them. Now, though, Naruto's eyes were the exact opposite, cold and emotionless. Purple eyes with a tiny pupil, surrounded by concentric circles. They were staring at Ino, and she could feel the unbridled power within them. It was like they were looking at her fairy soul, and she was finding it hard to breathe. What about Naruto's eyes? Ino blinked, hearing the question from her teammate. Upon blinking, Ino saw Naruto's eyes were their regular blue. There was a dopey look on his face as Ino shook her head, wondering what happened. Was I? Thought Ino, not sure what she saw. Her teammates both looked away to assess the current situation as Ino looked back at Naruto. There wasn't a dopey face anymore. I wasn't. Naruto's blue eyes were the exact same, but they held something different. The infinite brightness was there, but something else that Ino couldn't describe. And having seen what Sasuke did earlier, Ino couldn't help but wonder, what happened to you all in here? Ino was livid. 48 hours had passed, and she found out little to nothing about Naruto. The fact she'd been spending 48 hours trying to find something about the dead last in her class irked her to no end. Those eyes, and the way he looked, thought Ino, remembering the look Naruto hadn't shown either again since that moment. He was just the same dopey Naruto she'd always known. I know what I saw. Is he trying to hide it? And there she went again, thinking about him. She was supposed to be spending her time thinking of how to get Sasuke to marry her. None of her focus should be on the dead last of her class, but the gossip in her clan's nature and being adept at information gathering kept her hooked on Naruto, and it would until she figured out what it all was about. Sasuke's freaky power had apparently been given to him by Orochimaru. The same could be said for Naruto. All things considered, but Naruto's power wasn't as evil or tainted as Sasuke. It felt as if he was staring into my soul, thought Ino, looking at the blonde-haired Genin. What were those? Kick his ass, Naruto. Shanaro. Kami, forehead is loud. Thought Ino, looking at her rival best friend. Cheer for her Team 7. Shanaro. Yeah. Cheer for her Team 7 teammate. The same teammate Ino herself was thinking so hard about was currently in a fight. Maybe this fight with Kiba will shed some light, even if he'll lose. Naruto stood on the arena floor with a far-off look on his face. He didn't even acknowledge Sakura's chair for him. From the balcony overlooking the arena floor, designated for the preliminary fights. His mind was elsewhere, shifting through the memories he now had. Hagoromo or Naruto, thought Naruto, having a mental crisis. Memories were what made you. You having another mental crisis, another man's memories, gave Naruto some pause. Am I Hagoromo? Am I Naruto? Who am I? This was what was plaguing Naruto during the past 48 hours since awakening. He hadn't told anyone about the eyes he held. The rinnegan and his new memories told him. As his new memories told him. eyes and a step from the Sharingan his teammate and sensei had. He would have told someone about them, but he himself didn't fully comprehend yet. It wouldn't do any good to show the world something he couldn't explain. So Naruto kept trying to shift through Hagoromo's memories to find a way to... Oi, pay attention while I kick your ass. Naruto. Oh, alright, I'm in a fight. Naruto fought dodging Kiba and his dog partner. Okay, a step by now. Feeling much better. Dodging Kiba and his dog partner Akamaru, the two had come at him in a fury of claws that wouldn't do well to get hit by. I don't have time for this. You don't want to escape me this? You want to escape me this time? Getsuga! Fang over Fang, said Kiba, launching at Naruto once more in a tornado. Naruto closed his eyes before his rinnegan came to life. He could feel the chakra within him, and he marveled at its potency. Picking up an ability he could remember Hagoromo using, Naruto felt his body augment substantially. Ducking the tornado, Naruto rose immediately as Kiba paused halfway over him. Shaharudo. Sharado. Ashura path. Is there an Indra path? Huh? No, I'm kidding. Thought Naruto, throwing a punch that hit Kiba in the gut. Oh my god. He just punched me in the gut. Kiba's spin stopped cold as he hunched over Naruto's fist. Kiba felt like he got hit by a rhino before he simply blacked out at the intense shock of pain. Naruto dropped out of Inazuka. Naruto dropped Inazuka, and he didn't get back up. Akamaru whimpered by his out-cold owner. As Naruto turned his rinnegan off and opened his eyes to look at his right hand. Scratches were all across it as Kiba managed to catch him still. I'm not as good as Hagoromo. This body needs work, thought Naruto with a new plan. Winner, Uzumaki Naruto! Wait, did I say Inazuka? Did I say Inazuka Kiba?